Welcome to the Officer Autumn Show podcast, the realest and most upfront podcast designed specifically for female first responders. I'm your host, Autumn Clifford, and I hope you enjoy this podcast.
Have you ever been bullied, trolled, felt like you've been ostracized, singled out? The list goes on and on. I bet you have. I bet you can relate to that. I made you a free course called UNFAZED for the female cop because I want you to be unfazed by all that bullshit that's going to be coming your way in your personal life, in your professional life, just in life in general. We all are going to be handed a fair share of bullshit. And so I created a mini course for you. Go right down to the show notes, get it. It's free. And I really hope that's going to help you change your mindset, change your perspective, and really help you move forward unfazed as fuck.
Okay. So one of the requests that has come in through the DMs, actually, for some reason, I get this a lot, is the positive influence of males in law enforcement and how, like, not all men hate women and yada, yada. So the really interesting thing about all of this is that I have never, ever said that men are the problem. I have never made it about that. I'm just focusing on helping women. And the realities for us are a little different. That's it. And people have this big mis-fucking conception that I am like all of a sudden an extremist of like women can do no wrong and every woman deserves to be a fucking female cop and like all men hate us and you know all of this shit. And it just couldn't be further from the truth. And if you listen to anything that I'm saying, yeah, like I am going to take the position of, you know, fucking women shouldn't be bullied and harassed and trolled. Men shouldn't either. Okay. But I'm just talking to the women. I don't think anybody should be bullied or harassed, but I'm just talking to women. And I don't know why we're getting upset about that when there's a lot of mentors and a lot of coaches that are out there just helping men. There's fucking podcasts that just focus on men. The man code, the code of a man, fucking all this shit. I'm like, I'm over here doing my thing. And I've chosen to focus on women. So, you know, I'm not going to go on and on about this. Obviously, this had to be like, I need to address this. I'll make more like videos and stuff like this. But like, if you're new to me, here's what you need to know. Okay. I have a lot of clients that are men. I've been life coaching for 8 years. Okay. Male and females, first responders and their families, non-first responders. I've done it all. Okay. In July of last year, which is 2021, I decided that I was going to focus on helping women. That's it. Female first responders. That's it. All has been fine until this year in 2022. People have been offended by that. They've been upset. They're getting triggered. They're feeling threatened. They're feeling like I'm making excuses. I'm not making excuses. I'm not trying to make a weak female officer. I'm not trying to leave anybody out. I am not saying that every woman should be a police officer. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to make excuses for people who can't get in the job or hold down the job or who aren't good cops. I am also not suggesting it's males against females, not by any stretch. I think that we have, and I've said this over and over again, there's a lot of really great police departments out there. There's a lot of very progressive police departments that are really changing with the times. I know like Broward County down in Florida, hell, they have like a whole LGBTQ unit where their officers are there and like they're doing stuff in the community and like they're doing stuff within the department and like and that's just one, I'm sure, of many, many programs out there. There's a lot of initiatives and even not just initiatives and programs, like there's just a lot of cultures within police departments that are actually healthy and good and equal, which is great. And like, I recognize that and I love that. But my DMs blow up all the time with women, female fucking cops from around the country who are struggling with A, B, C, and D. And because I'm choosing to help them does not mean I'm taking away from anybody else. Just so we're very clear about that. Doesn't mean any of that. It just means I'm choosing to help them because, quite honestly, there's nobody helping us. There was nobody when I was on the job. And obviously, you know, I've went through some shit being a fucking female, and a strong female at that, and a woman who had her own fucking opinion. Like, yeah, I went through a lot of stuff. I got on the job when I was really young, 20 years old. And yeah, and shit went downhill and I had to fucking figure it out. And I'm just here for a couple of reasons. One, learn from my mistakes. Do not commit them. Do not do shit that I did. I talk about it a lot. I love being able to offer my mindset coaching because that is what I'm an expert in. I'm not walking around acting like I was, or, you know, the best full-time female cop. And I'm now the best, like now that I'm part-time. Oh yeah. Fucking, I'm the best female cop, be like me. No, fuck no. Oh my God. You guys out there on the road right now, you could female cop all over me. Straight up. And I don't, you know, and that's why if you go and look at my posts and you know, I have a Facebook group and like my TikToks and my videos and stuff like that, like a lot of times I'm asking questions and I'm just trying to create a culture of here's my opinion around certain things. Feel free to share what yours is. And then the women can just take a look and see like, oh, this is what everyone's doing. This is what the majority of people's opinions are. Now, when it comes to mindset, when it comes to being a coach, being a mentor, yeah, I mean, that's my zone. I'm very good at fucking changing your mind. That I've been doing professionally for 8 years. That's my area of expertise. And because I'm applying it to females in law enforcement, it doesn't mean that I don't have male clients. I still do. They still call me. It doesn't mean that, I don't know, like I think that the men think we're all, like all men hate female cops. I don't think that. There's a lot of really great fucking cops out there, men and women. There's a lot of great ones. There's a lot of shitty ones too. There's a lot of fucking cops that give us bad reps. And that's something that the internet, the woke fucking internet isn't ready to deal with. The woke fucking law enforcement culture, that you guys aren't ready to fucking deal with that and you're not ready to face that. But I'm going to tell you, as somebody who's out there literally just trying to help, I have come up against a lot of the bad side of law enforcement. A lot of cops don't like what I do. They don't like what I'm saying. And that's okay. I don't like what a lot of people do and say. The difference is I just unfollow them or I just keep scrolling. You're not going to catch me on someone else's shit saying anything negative. You're just not. You're just not. I mean, unless it's about me. And then I, you know, sometimes I'm like, you know, oh, that was pretty fucking funny. And, you know, and then people will say, oh, well, you go tit for tat with people. No, I don't. No, I don't. But there are some times where we have to fucking let people know that what they're doing is, you know, it's just ridiculous. And again, when you are that person, people don't like that. And I understand I have a big weight to bear and it's not easy. It's not easy. It's like everything I do, everyone's mad. But at the end of the day, I'm following my heart and I'm living in my truth and I'm out here making a difference and I'm just trying to be somebody that other women, you know, can lean on, can ask for help. And listen, it doesn't mean I know all the answers either. I'm just the conduit. A lot of it is me just being a conduit and just creating space. A lot of it is that. But when it comes to your mind, when it comes to your perspective, when it comes to overcoming adversity, that I'm your girl for that. So in the DMs, there was a request, you know, can you please say something that about positive about men in law enforcement and their influence? And the truth is we have so many great men in law enforcement, so many. And not every police department has any issues. I mean, I know a lot of women who love their job and they love their agencies and all of the things, like, but there's also a lot of women that don't. And so, I'm just making space for all of it. I'm just here making space for all of it. And that's what I have to say about that. So I hope that if you're just getting to know me, well, I think you're starting to understand me pretty clear right now. If you guys have questions, let me know. And I'll see you next time.